the Tiger Priest, and we had to go back to the reference material and look at the back end of the Tiger Priest. And all late model Tiger Priests had what I want to call wire baskets on the very top. So to replicate that, I had to go get some Edward photo etch, and they had the I'm glad they had the mesh set, because I really didn't want the they have like 3 different sets for the Priest, which it's a whole lot of etch for everything. I mean, if you really want to deck it out, you can. But all I wanted was the wire baskets and the engine mesh grill. That's all I really wanted. And they had it, and I was like, wow, that's fantastic. So I got one of the wire baskets out and got it glued on. I got to straighten it up just a tad bit more. But anyway, got another one started right now, and I don't have a photo etch bender. I would like to have one, but I've never really justified the price to get one, because I really don't do a whole lot of photo etch. If you did extensive photo etch, highly recommend it, but I like to do it old school way. I mean, it's just easier, and I use basic tools like 2 rulers, a spatula. I always pick up the odd shaped ones, piece of metals. These are aluminum, just different angles and everything, so you can fold photo etch that way. Razor blades, a piece of glass. I've used sanding sticks, you name it, to fold photo etch. But anyway, it'd be nice to have one, but it ain't really justify the price to get one. They make some $20 ones, which I might end up getting one just to have and see if I really like it. But anyway, it's it's easier to bend a photo etch with the back of a hobby knife. It's just old school, because they didn't have it back then in the glory days of modeling. A photo etch bender. They had to use what was available on their workbench, and I think that's a fun way to do it anyway. But anyway, we're trying to get the baskets on. I'm trying my best not to drop this on the floor. That's why we're really way up here on the workbench. But anyway, I'm going to try to get that glued down after this video, and then I'll get the mesh off and get that on, and that's pretty much all the photo etch I'm going to add to it. One thing I did do on the back of the Priest here, I added the I want to say they're not really tubes, but had to use styrene tubes to replicate what's on the back. I got to sand these down just a little bit, just to get them a little more flush there. But anyway, they're pretty much to scale. I'm gonna call these the tail lights. I really don't know really what they're called, but they're on the back there, and they got like a little railing on it, and I just took some styrene tube and trimmed that out and got that fixed up, so we're good to go on there. I got to add just a little bit of styrene strip, basically that, just cut out a little bit of pieces and glue on there, and I'm pretty much done with that. Added a hatch. I got to rescribe the line there. I've kind of based it off of like a Stug 3. I figured something like that. On a Stug 4, they have 2 hatches. I went with a bigger hatch. Took some, again, styrene strip, made some hinges there, and I soaked it with liquid cement here, and then took Mr. Knife and basically indented a hinge spacing, if you will. It's the same thing when you do a weld seam. I soaked the stretch sprue and took Mr. Knife and basically just kept impression in with the knife, and you get you a nice little weld beam. But anyway, got that accomplished. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I did get the boxes on. I had the Scratch Build 1 box. This box actually should be a little bit lower, but it just was it just looked cool the way it was there, and it just fit perfect, so I just went with it. After, one thing I'm going to do is I got to cut out the hole there for the MG34, which is right there. I'm going to drill that out today and try to get that at least go get a gun out of the shed and glue that on there. But one thing I want to mention here, it'll probably be in primer. I need to spray it in a uniform coat so I can look at it with fresh eyes and make sure that I got everything sanded. I need to see it in a different light, with a different deal of paint. But anyway, I think it needs a little bit of primer so we can finish a little bit of sanding, because there's probably a few little areas. right there. But I need to see it, and we can get it accomplished. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. We are moving along on the Tiger Priest here. Hopefully we get the photo etch on, and then I'm basically down to just got to finish shoot a coat of primer, do a little bit of sanding on it, if any, and then adding a lot of details to it. Like there's I don't know if you can see it, there's well, let's look on here. Where is it? I want to call them steps, but they're actually like little ladders. There's actually 4 on here, but there's actually 2 on the top that go this way, so you can climb up all the way. It's just little stuff. Of course, the headlights and all that good stuff. But anyway, we'll be adding that very, very shortly. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today, and hopefully we'll talk about more of probably in the shed update. But we'll start the next project probably within a week. We'll do a vinyl figure. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.